Iran, one of the oldest civilizations in the world, has witnessed the rise and fall of empires, invasions from all sides, and centuries of internal turmoil. Yet, unlike much of Asia, Africa, and even parts of the Middle East, Iran was never fully colonized by any Western power. But why? What made Iran, known historically as Persia, so difficult to conquer and control? To answer that, we need to go back to the 19th and early 20th centuries, when European colonialism was at its peak. During this period, the British Empire controlled India, the French dominated North Africa, and much of the Arab world was carved up by Western interests. Iran, caught between two giants, the British Empire to the east and south, and the Russian Empire to the north, should have been an easy target. But it wasn't. One reason is geography. Iran's rugged mountains, harsh deserts, and limited access to the sea made full-scale occupation a logistical nightmare. Unlike India with its massive coastline or Egypt with its strategic Suez Canal, Iran had no single choke point for invaders to exploit. Its interior terrain favored defensive warfare and local resistance. Any foreign power attempting to take full control would have had to fight not only the Iranian military, but also scattered tribal forces, often loyal only to themselves. But geography alone wasn't enough. Iran's political structure played a key role. Despite being weakened at times, Iran never fully collapsed into chaos. The Qajar dynasty in the 19th century, though politically fragile, still maintained a recognized monarchy. Iran had a functioning state, however inefficient, and foreign powers preferred manipulating it rather than destroying it. Britain and Russia both found it easier to extract economic and political concessions through pressure, bribery, and influence than to commit to a costly and unpopular occupation. Another crucial factor was international rivalry. Neither Britain nor Russia wanted the other to gain full control of Iran. So they divided it, unofficially at first, then officially in 1907, into spheres of influence. The north went to Russia, the south and east to Britain. But neither side colonized Iran in the way they did other regions. Instead, they engaged in a game of manipulation, espionage, and economic domination. Iran became a battleground for imperial rivalry, but not a colony. The Iranian people also played a role. Nationalist movements emerged in the early 20th century, most notably during the Constitutional Revolution of 1905 to 1911. Iranians demanded a constitution, a parliament, and limits on royal and foreign power. These movements, though often suppressed, made it clear to outsiders that Iran would not submit easily. Later, in the 1950s, Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh nationalized Iran's oil industry, challenging British control, a bold move that triggered a coup orchestrated by the CIA and MI6. Again, Iran was manipulated, but not colonized. Religion, too, offered a source of resistance. The Shia clerical establishment often opposed foreign interference. Unlike in many colonized regions where local elites collaborated with Europeans, many Iranian religious leaders became voices of anti-colonialism. Their influence helped fuel national pride and political awareness. Finally, timing matters. By the time colonialism had reached its peak, the age of empire was already beginning to decline. After World War II, global pressure and anti-colonial movements made direct colonization increasingly difficult and unpopular. Iran's strategic value meant the West continued to influence it, often heavily, but from behind the scenes. So was Iran truly independent? Not exactly. It was never colonized in the traditional sense. There were no British or French flags flying over Tehran, no direct foreign rule. But it was deeply entangled in global power struggles, economically exploited, and politically manipulated. Still, the fact remains, Iran, despite immense pressure, maintained its sovereignty, culture, and identity through one of the most brutal centuries of global colonization. Its story is one of resistance, survival, and constant negotiation with empire, not submission. At Trivia Tales, we uncover the untold layers behind the world's most fascinating questions. And Iran's near-miraculous escape from colonization. That's a story worth remembering.